Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Alpha Central titled Man Dumps Toxic Girl During Date After She Hides Her Phone. You know, so many of these women, guys, they'll tell you that they're so pure and they're marriage material. Meanwhile, they're texting like 35 different dudes in their phone. Let's jump into it. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. The body positivity movement, quote unquote, has done no favors for society whatsoever, and here is living proof that it's not only terrible for men, but also a danger to women's physical safety, but we're not allowed to talk about that.
Hey, this is my you and my son here out there. You good? I got you the peppers and I got you the protein stock double. Like you like that?
What about my other kids?
What you mean other kids?
I got 2 more kids in this car.
Them ain't my kids. I bring food for my son only. I don't bring food for everybody else's kids. That's for my son right there. That ain't my responsibility. What they daddy said?
If you bring one son, you bring all.
I'm not bringing, no, that's not how, I'm old school. I don't know how you was raised, but how I was raised, you take care of what's yours, and that was another man. I don't take care of another man's responsibility. I got my own child. All my kids are taken care of. What he had? Why his kids starving like that?
For real?
You should reevaluate who you sleep with and have these kids by if they can't afford their kids.
This man is being shamed for not taking on the financial responsibility for kids that are not even his own. That's because the man she's currently with gets an infinite number of passes, so the bill gets passed on to this guy instead.
Are you serious?
You gotta think about it, I only got one kid by you. I can't feed all your other kids. I'm sorry, kids, but I can't feed you. I only can feed my son. I can't be feeding everybody else's kids. It's not how it works. So you need to go reevaluate whoever you done had them kids by and go call him. Because them not my babies. I'm just keeping it like that. You told me to come up here, meet you up here with my son, and give him something to eat, and I did that. I ain't got to come bring your other kids something to eat because I brought my son something. You got me messed up, bro.
All right.
That's not how I'm coming, though. You gotta understand where I'm coming from.
Okay.
That's for you and my son. Y'all can eat with your other kids. They're going to have to get fed by somebody. I'm sorry. I am sorry that you had to sleep with a bum dude like that. But me personally...
Okay. I understand. All right, okay.
You understand? I'm not feeding.
All right, you ain't got to keep saying it. You ain't got to... All right, okay.
You got to stop. You know what I'm saying? You understand me, right? You got to start realizing who you sleeping with. Call him. Don't come up here and try to expect me to bring your kids something to eat because I brought my son something. That ain't how it works, baby. I'm from old school.
It's funny how the second he brings up a valid point, she tries to shut him up because she can't admit to herself that he has a good point, but he wasn't having it. He wasn't about to take care of another man's children.
Check this out.
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months, you are paying my bill, and if you're not, bye-bye.
Oh, you think he gonna be mad? Girl, you doing him a favor.
7 billion people in the world. If you can't do it, somebody else will. So I have no shame. I'm kind of sort of trying to find somebody to bring me food.
So why you still looking?
To a guy, and I said, yeah, after 3 months, pay my bills. And he said, no.
What you thought he was gonna say?
Like, a guy knows. Like, oh, if I really like her and she's not crazy, yeah, I would pay her bill.
She's acting like there is a man out there who will see being forced to pay her bills as somehow some sort of a privilege that they should appreciate, as if men have nothing to do better with their time or money than simp for an ungrateful woman.
Maybe I threw it out there too soon.
Maybe you shouldn't throw it out.
Men don't understand the investment and the benefit and how we're trying to make sure that we're not getting played. I can't help you, men. Don't talk to us. You're not the one. We're not talking to brokies.
Girl, you sound like the brokey. You sitting there begging somebody to pay your bills. She is the exact reason why men are choosing to stay single.
Women like this love to shame men for not willing to break out their wallets, even though they are clearly terrible with their own money, and they need a man to finance their lifestyle for virtually no reason.
What are you doing here, bro? I'm about to go to work, bro. What are you doing here, bro?
I told you I need some money. Your son needs some diapers. He needs some wipes. He needs some food. And I need to get my hair done. So
Get your hair done. Like that's not my problem getting your hair done, bro.
I texted you and told you I was coming up here to get the money to get my hair done.
Hey, I don't even get paid. I don't even get paid till Friday.
She quickly mentioned needing to get diapers and food for her kid, then immediately starts obsessing over needing money for her hair appointment. This is why calling it child support is honestly just a blatant lie at this point.
He hungry. What about the money that you got last month?
What money? That money got spent. I have to take care of him every day. What are you talking about?
Bro,
I have to eat every day. I have to eat every day. We got stuff to do. That money been spent. I need some money to get my hair done. I already have
What
some
does you
appointments.
happen to eat got anything to do with
And
me?
my son need him a couple of things. He needs some new clothes. He needs some shoes. I mean, you working? You got a job, right?
Bro, I'm
You
just,
got a job. You
bro,
can't give me no money for your
bro,
son.
I don't get paid till
You can't
Friday,
give me no
bro.
money.
The guilt tripping here is shameful. She made it clear she wants the money for herself, and she's trying to double back and say that he needs to support his son. The fact that women feel like this is appropriate behavior is unreal.
I don't get paid till Friday, bro.
You can't give me no money for your
Like,
son.
you popping up in my job like this, bro, this crazy,
You
bro.
can't give me no money for your son.
This crazy,
You
bro.
can't give me no money for your son. You weird.
How am I weird? Because I don't want to get your hair done.
It's cool though. It's cool. You won't be seeing your son no more. Bye.
Wait, what, bro?
Bye.
The fact she's weaponizing his own child against him so quickly is just psychopathic. She's not getting what she wants, so she's going to deny her own child access to their father. It's honestly unforgivable and disgusting.
So would you ever date again?
I'd date again, yeah.
It's not looking good, Bev.
You can't be concerned I'm cheating. I've just posted the video of it.
Mm.
You know what I'm up to. Of course I've cheated.
But with a guy, can they go and clot other girl?
No.
Why not?
Well, that's different.
Shut up, Bev. How's it different? How come?
Like, that'd be like a red flag to me.
That would be a red flag for you. She can't call out red flags, Bev.
I can be jealous, but my boyfriend is not allowed to be jealous of me.
So like if he's like your babes, like man, just like link some girl that I met in River Island and that.
I'll be like, why? Not for me.
A woman like this has absolutely no business determining what is and what is not cheating when her claim to fame is doing spicy, extreme challenges that make men from other continents feel unclean just hearing about it.
But then he's like, because like you just sucked 1,000 willies, so like I'm kind of mentally disturbed right now, so I need to get my shit off.
It's literally my job. You've got to deal with it. It's very, very pleasurable, but it's also earns me a lot of money. You'll be doing it for what?
It doesn't matter if it's just a quote-unquote job to her. Her job involves having bedroom fun with countless random men in exchange for money. There is a word in the English language that defines that particular ancient profession.
And what does me having 7 kids have to do with anything?
Oh dear.
I didn't ask nobody to take care of my kids. I asked for y'all to, when y'all come in my DM, to be ready to provide a little something for me.
Satire, right? This has got to be satire.
All I said was I needed my nails done and I need a new oil change. Y'all can't do that.
Please tell me this is satire, because if it's not, oh my goodness, are they in for a rude awakening?
Men are supposed to be providers, right? And women are supposed to be the nurturers. Why y'all don't want to provide?
Now, I'm just guessing here, but it might have something to do with someone's rather proven poor track record.
These women love to say that they are nurturers, but their actions show the exact opposite of that. What kind of nurturer angrily shames men for not wanting to give them money just to talk to them?
At good decision-making skills, which would make any man, I think, hesitant to commit to any kind of providing.
My 7 kids are good, though. Let's go ahead and get that straight. My 7 kids are good.
Well, that's very good news, and I'm very happy to hear that.
I get like $2,100 in food stamps, and my kids get Medicaid insurance.
Fantastic.
And 4 of them have daddies. So let's not.
4. Okay.
If a single mother has to be flexing that she gets government food assistance, then that should tell men everything they need to know about the bullet that they are currently dodging.
And I'm going with my original thought here. I really hope that this is a joke.
I said me. That's it, that's all.
Even if this is satire, the sad part is there's still a lot of women out there with this type of mentality that still view themselves as the prize to be won, even after it's been given to a lot of guys.
There is very little value in talking to an entitled single mother of 7 children, especially when that woman is demanding financial compensation for her own personal vanity.
Not gonna lie, I would have been just as clueless. I would have been like, this don't even know how to use a straw. Is this dressed up like Mermaid Man? What the?
He didn't miss the signal. He didn't even notice the signal was sent.
She's pretty much saying that the public shaming of men on dates needs to be completely normalized, which makes no sense since modern women have been doing that without repercussions for over the last decade now.
I just had a conversation with a man. He said, tell me about yourself. I want to know about you. I said, it's best to probably ask me a question and I can respond. Ask me something specific and I'll respond. He goes, name 3 things you can do to keep your man happy. So you have a good evening. I can tell that we're not compatible. Be blessed.
That should tell you everything you need to know about this woman. She's unhappy, incapable of making anybody else happy, and just sees men as service providers. This is why men are walking away.
Babe, pick up the... Babe, please, I will cook for you, I will clean for you, I'll do all your laundry, babe, please. I won't cheat on you again, babe, please.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
It's funny how these women think that cooking and cleaning is some sort of an oppression, but it's the first thing they offer the second something isn't going their way. They don't realize that they're not offering anything a man cannot offer himself, and more peacefully at that.
A man that won't drive 30 minutes for a date is a man that's never gonna get into my pants. Because what do you mean that's too far? Like, you should be going to the ends of the earth for me. You can't make it downtown? Then I guess I'll see you never.
Oh, these 3s that think they're 10s. Sorry, love, and I do say this with all due respect, but I wouldn't let you drive 30 minutes to get in my pants, let alone me drive 30 minutes to get in yours.
These women try to weaponize the bedroom against men as if that's somehow going to get a man to completely change who he is. Those are the types of men she'll never sleep with anyway, so there's no point in her even talking.
And that was before you started talking. After that, well, yeah, I have to admit you're right. We should be going to the ends of the earth, but not to get to you. No, we should be doing it to get away from you, away from your delusions of grandeur. Again, I mean no offense, but while you may think you're a catch, that you're a 10, reality says something different, something completely different. That said, you're entitled to your expectations, no matter how ridiculous that they are. But what you're not entitled to is to get mad and angry at men for refusing to accept them, for having their own expectations, for refusing to participate in your little delusion.
It's a concept that modern women cannot comprehend. A man has standards for a woman, and if she doesn't meet them, he won't be interested. But these women live in a world where men aren't allowed to have them.
I'm an international supermodel. I'm 22 years old, and I just came out with a song. Insider wrote about it. And I want millions because I think I'm responsible to handle the money. So I'm looking for a responsible man, a man who can communicate, a man who's loving and has some money.
What? Okay. What does your father do for a living?
My father is a pastor.
Okay.
It wouldn't be surprising if you dug into her history, and her quote-unquote international modeling experience involves a selfie on some generic ad, and her music was featured in a single paragraph in a magazine that nobody even knows existed.
Tell me why you deserve what somebody else has.
I deserve money because I'm intelligent.
Oh, hell no! So, are you a member of Mensa?
What's Mensa?
The Society for Genius Level Intellects.
Oh, well, I've never heard of this.
Right. What is the most money you've ever earned?
My MAC Cosmetics campaign in 2019, I was paid $20,000.
Okay.
And how many of you guys think that this woman is in catastrophic amounts of debt right now? Leave a comment down below and let everyone know your thoughts.
And where is that money at right now?
Well, I invested some of it, and I spent some of it.
Right. So in 2019, you got $20,000 in a lump sum payment.
Correct.
Tell me about the rate of return you've received in the last year.
The rate of return, well, I'm not that financially literate.
But you're sounding kind of crazy. I'm hoping you're an actress because this isn't looking too good.
You don't need to be financially literate to know that if your investments are paying off, you probably shouldn't be investing in them. You just need to check your investments regularly to see if they're yielding any form of return. This woman is completely delusional.
I have spent over $250,000 on procedures. I have done over 90 surgeries. I got 5 jobs, I got 1 nose job, and I got 6. Today, I'm gonna get some dimples. It's cost like around $2,000. So it's not bad.
We're burning. Pinch, pinch. And here's your look.
Oh my God, I love it. My favorite procedure.
We're starting to see a concerning rise in cosmetic surgical additions in modern women. There is so much good you can do with $250,000, and she spent it all to make herself look incredibly unnatural.
You punched the radio out?
Punched the whole radio out.
With her fist?
Yeah.
Miss Wicker, did you do that?
I did.
And why did you do it?
It was more to the story. He turned up the radio on something that I didn't want to hear, and I'm trying to talk to you. So instead of listening to me, you want to hear the radio. And I'm going to ask you nicely one time to turn it down. I was already over the edge, and he just kept it going. So I said, okay, you hear me now. Mind you, $2,000 on the motor, so he cares about this car. You hear me now.
It's insane how modern women try to justify their violence against men by saying that it's his fault she got so angry because he didn't want to engage in a pointless argument. But it's seen as either funny or brave, apparently.
Oh, I love it.
You hurt me then.
Wow, but with your fist?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I would have had her car fixed. Thank you. Thank you. What I love is your hope and optimism because, sir, you living on the edge. That is...
Flip the script on this for a second. If a man punched a woman's car radio out of anger, he would be ripped apart on social media for being toxic and violent. They always want exceptions to the rules that they force on men.
This was my buddy's Tinder story from Medellin. I don't use Tinder, but I have a lot of friends that do. Let me tell you what happened to my boy. Let's call him D. D meets this girl on Tinder. They go out for a date, you know, like normal, having some food, having some drink. All seems well. He invites her back to his place to watch some movies, have some more drinks, etc., hang out. For a few hours, she got hungry and she was like, hey, do you mind ordering some food? Like, yeah, cool. They have something called Rappi out here, which is like Uber Eats. Orders food. And when the food arrives, he says, hey, let's go down and grab the food. Says, no, you go ahead. I'll wait here.
If there's one thing that a man shouldn't do, it's leave a woman you just met alone in your home. If we've learned anything about modern women, they love to snoop, they love to spy, and honestly, some of them even like to steal whenever they get the chance.
For him, that triggered a red flag. A camera set up in his apartment. He leaves, he goes downstairs, and while he's in the elevator, he pulls out his phone. While he's going down the elevator, she goes over to his bags. His bags are packed because he's going to Cartagena the next day, a little vacation. He starts looking through his bags, and then she comes back to the bed. In the bed, she grabs her bag, and she pulls out this little eyedropper out of her bag. Looks around at the door, and then she goes over to his beer, and she starts dropping these drops inside of his beer. Literally downstairs watching this with the doorman.
We hear all the time about how men are dangerous because they'll slip things into their drinks and do horrible stuff to them. But it happens to guys as well, and when it does, it's played off as if it didn't ever count in the first place.
Doorman's like, I'm gonna call the police. So they're waiting like 15 minutes for the police to get there. They say, hey, go back upstairs and just tell her some kind of excuse for why it took so long with the food. Leave the door open and we're gonna come up. D goes upstairs and he has the food and the girl's questioning him like, hey, why did it take so long? What were you doing? Makes up some kind of excuse like, oh, he went to the wrong address. I had to wait for him or something. All of a sudden, the cops walk in, they arrest her. Goes home, gets his bags, goes to Cartagena. Comes back a few days later, lays down on the bed, and when he reaches his hand under the pillow, is this little eyedropper. It's a hold of the same officer, gives that eyedrop thing to the officer. This girl got 12 years in prison, deportation. Most guys aren't as lucky as him. I always say if it's too easy to be true, because it's probably not true.
There are several countries in this world that would think letting this woman off with a slap on the wrist would be too harsh of a punishment for spiking some dude's drink in his own home. If a man is well-groomed, well-dressed, and looking successful, modern women think that it's perfectly acceptable to take their personal space and use them as a leg rest without his consent. It's not flirting, it's literally assault, and it's also really annoying.
Okay, what's going on right here? Wow! Have a good night. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bro, I don't know what's going on right now. What the? It's a sandwich. Bro. Okay. All right, get your girls, bro. Yes. Whoa. I got.
What these women are doing is literally SA. They are inappropriately touching him, he's telling them no, and they refuse to listen. But because the victim is a man, nobody cares, and he's just supposed to take it as a compliment. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.